Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 8 of Appalachian Shape Note Singing. Today, we're going to be looking a little bit about reading the rhythms in a hymn. And I want you to know today that learning to read rhythm is fun and easy. It's really easy. It's not hard at all. There's lots and lots and lots of resources on YouTube and the internet for learning to read rhythms. So I'm going to just go over some very easy basics, more of a review. All right. So first of all, don't forget, rhythm is easy. It's all about timing, okay? These are the rhythm notes, all right? And every single one of these notes has a special kind of name, all right? This is a whole note, half note, a quarter note, an eighth note, and a 16th note, all right? Music is divided into measures. A measure is the distance between the bar lines, okay? Every measure in a piece of music usually has the same number of beats. So these little lines are called bar lines. They divide the music into measures. This number over here is called the time signature. The number on top tells you how many beats are in each measure, and the number on the bottom identifies which rhythm note equals one beat. Because there's a 4 on bottom, and a fraction of 1/4 is a quarter, that means that our quarter note is our basic beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steady beats in a measure. A whole note is going to fill up the whole measure. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes get 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2. So they fill up half a measure. Quarter notes fill up 1/4 of a measure. They get 1 beat each. Eighth notes are broken into 8 parts for the whole measure. They each get 1/2 a beat. If you link them together, that's called beaming. It's just an easier way of looking at it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 16th notes, notice, have 2 flags on the top. They each get 1/4 of a beat, or 1/16th of the measure. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. All right. So we're going to play from the beginning. We're just going to play all the way through. You just tap this on your lap with me. Ready? Hold, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a. The way I'm counting is the most traditional way I know how to count. There's a lot of other ways that you can do it. There's a new Takadimi way that's really fun and very interesting. For now, we're just going to use our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a. So with shape notes, the only difference is the actual note head is going to change to a shape. Other than that, the rhythm is in the stem. So the stem of the rhythm is really what's telling you the different kind of rhythm that we're using. So a diagram of a hymn. In a hymn, we have 4 parts usually. You have a soprano part, an alto part, and both of those are in the treble clef. And then in the bass clef, you have a tenor part and a bass part. And this is called the piano bracket. It glues it all together. The bass clef and the soprano treble clef. Another name for treble clef is the G clef. And another name for the bass clef is your F clef. Okay? So we have soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. The title of the hymn, usually they have the music, the composer, and usually they have the one who wrote the lyrics, the author of the lyrics in a hymn. All right. PowerPoint is stuck. So here is a picture of an actual hymn called Amazing Grace. It's one of the most famous hymns. All right, and I'll just go over the parts of the hymn again. So we have the soprano part and alto part, tenor part and bass part. All right, this is in 3/4 time. Okay, so we're going to have 3 beats in each measure. This is a measure line. This is another measure line. The distance in between it is called a measure. Okay, and a measure. And then here we have what we call a key signature. And this is technically in the key of A flat. However, that's a little high for my voice, so I lowered it down to G. Okay. So, and I think the actual recording on this is an F. This is a treble clef. This is your bass clef. And this is missing the piano bracket, but they do have a straight line that glues them together. And then the numbers here represent the different verses. So at the end of the song, we would come back and we would read the next line of the music. All right. So the first time through, we're just going to try and count through the notes. Now, this is going to start on beat 3, okay, because this is an anacrusis or a pickup note. So we're going to start on beat 3. So I'm going to give you 2, and then we're going to count and tap this together. Are you ready? Okay. We're going to do it in the key of G. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You notice there's a missing beat, and where the missing beat is up here at the beginning, at the anacrusis or the pickup. So the ending measure, 1, 2, plus this beat, 3, makes like a complete circle. So the measures always have to add up to 3. And if they don't, you could probably look at the beginning and find that pickup note. This is a double bar line. That tells you that the music is over. All right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to practice singing each one of the parts to this hymn today. All right, we're going to start off with the Amazing Grace soprano part. And on the recording, you can hear me singing it. So, Amazing Grace, key of F. I'm going to point to the notes as we do it. Key of F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So la do, mi do mi. I don't even have to lip sync. It's great. La so la do, mi do mi, re mi so, re mi so mi do, la sol do, la sol. So la do, mi do mi, re do. It's hard to listen to myself singing, but it's all right. It's all for education. So let's start at the beginning and let's try and follow along with that one more time. I want to bring your attention to this sign. In music, we call that a tie. A tie is going to connect the same note. It's the same pitch, okay? So it blends it together. I think it kills this note. It sucks out its magical powers. That's what I tell my students. So violent. And it's sort of going to just, you could say it smushes it. It kills it with duct tape. It makes it stick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It lasts. So it's going to connect and last through both of those notes. Okay. So this is going to go shh, shh, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 2, 3, tie 2, 3 and 1, and 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3, 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3, 1. The only other tricky part is this is a dot right here next to the note. And the dot makes a note half of the preceding note value. So that means that if normally a half note is getting 2 beats, and you take half of 2, 2 plus 1 is how many? 3, right. So it would join the 3 beats of this note plus 2 more beats of that half note. So in a quarter note, if a quarter note is usually 1 beat, the dot takes half of that, which is 1/2, and it adds it to it. So it makes the dotted quarter note equal to 1.5 beats. Here's the other half of the missing beat. All right. This is very fun. Okay, so let's try this one more time, and this time we're going to sing it live. We're going to do it in the key of C, though, so kind of low. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So la do, mi do mi, re do, la sol. So la do, mi do mi, re mi so. Re mi so mi do, la, sol, do, la, sol, la, do, mi, re, do. That was great. All right, time to learn that alto part. And the alto part's a little bit trickier just because it doesn't sound exactly like what you're used to hearing. I'm going to just go ahead and do this in the key of A flat. Establish that key in your ear. We're just going to go ahead and read the shapes. The rhythm's all the same. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Mi, fa, sol, mi, sol, fa, mi, fa, mi, sol, ti. 1, 2. So, mi, fa, la, fa, mi, fa, mi, so, fa, mi. All right, this little square right here is called a half rest. It means we have silence for 2 beats. It's another way of taking up the space in a measure. Instead of using an anacrusis, I'm just actually showing that there's 2 beats there. All right, so let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Maybe just a little faster. Mi, fa, sol, mi, sol, fa, mi, lots of air. Mi, fa, mi, sol, ti. Breathe. So, mi, fa, la, fa, mi, fa, mi, so, fa, mi. And just a quick word, on shape note singing, the style is very nasal. And a lot of this, I have a really hard time with that because it creates a lot of tension in my voice. So I have a muscular disorder in my voice. It makes it really hard for me to sing right now. But when you're really singing nasal, it increases that tension and makes it much worse. Traditionally, the style of shape note singing is very, very nasal sounding. All right, so we're going to keep going. All right, this is called the tenor part. We're going to go ahead and take it in the key of A flat. We're going to take it up an octave. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do, sol, do, 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 sol, do, do, fa, mi, re, ti, do, do. Oops, I messed that up. So, ti, do, do, mi, do, 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 sol, do, do, ti, sol. All right, let's go ahead and do it one more time, and we'll try and take it in the real octave. I might not be able to hit this E flat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do, sol, do, 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 sol, do, do, fa, mi, re, ti, do, do, mi, do, 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 sol, do, do, ti, sol. My voice must be getting lower as I'm getting older. So I never could hit an E flat before. All right. The last part is called the bass part. And the bass part's really tricky because it actually flips the octave. We start on this low do, and then it flips the octave. I'm actually going to ignore that and not flip the octave. So this is kind of tricky, but it's going to be all right. Do, 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 do. So, la, fa, do. Do, 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 ti, do, sol. There's a low note. Sol, mi, do, 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 fa, fa, do, 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 mi, sol, fa, mi. I can't see what's behind my video. I'm thinking that's right. All right, putting it all together. Now it gets really fun. So before we actually sing the song with harmony, I just want you to look for a second. And this, I show each beat, and I show what's lined up. So you notice that a lot of times the same shapes are going to come together. So do, mi, and sol are obviously making that do, mi, sol chord. okay, in the key of A flat. That's your one chord. So do, mi, and sol harmonize together a lot, okay? If you look over here, you see do, fa, and re. And again, do, fa, and re, those are going to make a chord, okay? They come together a lot, do, fa, and re. Well, yeah, do, fa, and re. And okay, so do, la, and mi are another chord that's going to come together a lot. Do, la, mi. It's making your minor 6 chord. Okay. And then the other thing that comes a whole lot together is your sol, ti, and re. Sometimes when I said before that re right there that's coming with your fa and your do, it doesn't really belong. It's sort of useful as a passing tone through the chord. It's still coming a lot in this song. All right, so let's just try this and see how it goes. Okay, so what you're going to do is, let's see. All right. So let's just try and sing whatever part you want with the actual hymn. Okay. So you've heard them all. Let's just start with that top and see how it goes with that top. We're going to do this in the written key of A flat. So we're going to try and sing the melody, but you're going to be hearing all the notes. So, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So la do, mi do mi, re do, la sol la do, mi, re mi sol mi do, la sol la do, mi, re do. What I really like about shape note music is the do always is going to show you exactly where your key is. We know that we're in the key of A flat because of music theory, but we can see that the triangle is on the A marker and that is a flat, so you know that you're in the key of A flat. So it's sort of like a little cheat. You'll always be able to know what key you're in because you can find the triangle. All right, this time we're going to read along with the alto part. So I want you to follow with your eyes. I'm going to be following the inside notes on the bottom of the treble clef. Starting on mi, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, mi, fa, mi, so, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, so, ti. So, do, fa, mi, la, fa, mi, fa, mi, so, fa, mi, fa, mi. Can make your endings fancy. All right, let's try the tenor part. So this time we're going to read the top line and we're in the inside staff right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do, sol, do, ti, do, sol, do, fa, mi, re, ti, do, mi, do, sol, ti, sol. That's fun. I don't usually practice singing the tenor part. All right, we're going to try the bass part, and that is going to be hard. We're going to try it. I'm going to sing it up an octave. 1, ready, go. Do, sol, la, fa, do, ti, do, sol. Do, I lost it. Do, mi, so, fa, do. If you lose it in a hymn, you can always just go back to do if you're making harmony. It's a pretty safe bet that do is going to be a good place to go to. Okay. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about shape note singing and Amazing Grace. Next week, we're going to be looking at a song called Holy Manna, which is so much fun. Until then, everybody, bye.